I haven't been on for about a week or so. Apologies that I missed a couple of the live Q&As, but acclimatized into new tablets and various different side effects culminated in me not being able to do it. So I'm back. We're live. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. So please do get your questions in. Let's just get the chat settings up and running. All messages. So yeah, welcome back, guys. It's good to be back with you. It's good to be back live. And today we're going to be talking about, as it says in the title of the video, navigating depression and how hard that is and how challenging that can be, because depression is very, very, very real. Depression is something that you can't just get over. Depression is something that you need to deal with. You need to get help with. You need to get support with. So navigating depression can be very tough, and that's what we're here to talk about today. So if you have any experience with depression, or if you have any questions about how my depression affects me, or anything that you want to talk about today, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm live for. I'm live now until 9 p.m. I'm here to talk, engage, and answer any questions that you guys might have. So thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. And if you're not watching live, get your questions in the comments below, because I do answer all my comments as well. But I'm live. I'm here. And I'm ready to talk to people tonight and get the live Q&As back up and running. And they normally every Wednesday evening and every Sunday evening. But for the last 2 weeks, I think I've missed it because of, issues with side effects to new antipsychotics that I'm on for my PTSD. So now those side effects have settled down. I've been on the tablets for a certain amount of time. I've acclimatized to that. And I'm able to go live today. So I'm here to talk to everyone and answer any questions anyone might have. So this is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. I do have to say that channel disclaimer, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counsellor, I'm not a doctor. If you need mental health help, then please see a mental health professional. I'm just someone with lived experience of mental illness. I have mental illness, and I just want to share my story and talk to you guys about that. But if you do need mental health support, please see a mental health professional. Bubble Luca says hi. Good evening, Bubble Luca. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for your comment. Get your questions in, guys. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. Sorry I haven't been here for the last 2 weeks, but I'm back. Good evening, Poppy. Good evening, Callan. C4S, thank you for your comment. Get your questions in, guys. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health, trauma, recovery. And today, the topic was navigating depression. So do get your questions in. Bubble Lucas says, I missed out. I just came. I haven't been live long, so you haven't missed much. I've only been live for a few minutes, and I'm live now until 9 p.m. To talk to you guys and answer any questions. Mav Melon 67 says, hi, can I have a shout out? There you go. A shout out to Mav Melon 67. There's your shout out. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery, guys, so get your questions in. I've missed not being able to go live, and it's always a pleasure to talk to people and start the conversation around mental health and try and end the stigma and challenge the discrimination that still surrounds mental health. So it's important that we have these conversations. It's important that we talk about these subjects, and navigating depression can be extremely tough. So if you have any tips, or if you have any stories about depression, I want to hear those. If you have any questions about how my depression affects me, then I can answer those questions as well for you. But do get your questions in. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health, recovery, trauma, and of course, grow my channel, Pieces of a Broken Mind. And I came up with that title because my mind is broken, and piece by piece, I'm slowly putting it back together. Callan C4S says, if there's nobody around and you have a heart attack, what do you do? as I've mentioned before, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a health professional. I assume you would ring 999 or 911 in an emergency, but I can't give any medical advice with regards to heart attacks, I'm afraid. I'm here to talk about mental health and recovery and share personal experience. In my professional life, I'm a life coach, which is different to a therapist or a counselor. But this channel is my personal story and personal journey through mental illness and learning to live alongside my mental illness. But if you have a medical emergency, please contact your local doctors, hospital, whoever, emergency helplines. Yeah, that's the best advice I'd be able to give on that, I'm afraid. So do get your questions in, guys. This is a live Q&A. I am back. My channel is back. Some great short videos have released on my channel recently about men's mental health and suicide prevention and the importance of starting these conversations. So make sure you check out the latest round of YouTube shorts that I've launched on the channel because there's some great content out there, and some of you might be able to relate to some of those messages in those videos. So, do get your questions in. Please be respectful of other people. Please keep it safe for the community. This is a safe space created to talk about mental health. So, please do be respectful of other people's feelings. Funky MCEM says, from which country are you, sir? Well, I am from Wales in the United Kingdom. Thank you for your question, Funky MCEM. I am from Wales in the United Kingdom. Callan says, what happens if you're going through depression? I think depression, a lot of people ask me that question, and depression is, it hits people differently, and it'll affect people differently. With me, when my depression is really strong, it gives me a sinking feeling, an empty feeling. I feel like there's a void inside me, both in my mind and in my heart. I'm sad and I just don't know why, and I can't get out of it. Depression really pushes me to do some stupid things with regards to self-harm and stuff like that. So depression will affect everybody in a different way. But for me, it's really challenging because it leaves me feeling emotionless, numb, void, and in a state of sadness that I can't really explain. But the difference between sadness and depression is sadness is just what happens to you, right? That's happenstance. It's just happening to you, so you're sad about it. Depression is your body saying, fuck you, you can't continue putting on this show and being this character. You need to rest. Your body needs to rest. Your body needs to decompress. And you have to deal with those feelings, because if you don't deal with your feelings will deal with you. So that's the best advice I can give on, depression, and that's just from my personal experience. Art Casso 7 says hi. Hello, Art Casso 7. Art Casso 7 says, how to create. I'm not going to read that comment. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. So please be respectful. Please keep it safe for the community and be mindful of other people's feelings. Because talking about mental health is challenging. Talking about mental health takes a lot of courage and strength. So I'm trying to encourage an inclusive community, safe space where people can talk about mental health. So if you have any questions related to mental health, recovery, trauma, or my channel, happy to answer those questions for you. But I will not be reading out stupid comments like that, I am afraid. So get your questions in, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's share this live. Let's get this message out there. Let's get more people talking about men's mental health in general, ending the stigma, challenging the discrimination, and helping as many people as we can on YouTube. And that's what I hope to do for the rest of my life, and that's my purpose. That's my purpose, to keep going. It's my purpose to not let my mental illness define me. And it's my job to, and my purpose to try and help other people. So I really appreciate everyone who interacts with my lives or watches my videos or participates in the community tab. It's important to me that you guys connect and talk about mental health, and it's important that I'm there for you, and I'm present, and I'm live, not just on pre-recorded content. I like being live. I want to speak to people live. I want people to see me. I want people to connect with me. I want people to see how much this subject means to me. So please do like, share, comment, and subscribe if you can. It's only a few clicks for you guys, but it makes a massive difference to the channel. It makes a massive difference to the growth of the channel. And this channel is an important channel. It's about mental health. It's about ending the stigma. It's about challenging the discrimination, and it's about breaking the silence surrounding mental health, because mental health conversations save lives, and that's what we're here to do. Help people, support people, talk to people, and most importantly, share our story, because every story matters and everyone's story is unique to them. And don't forget, sometimes you don't just need help, you deserve help. So never feel like a burden. Never feel like you're putting someone out for asking for help. You're entitled to that help. You're entitled to that support. And yeah, it's incredible to help other people when they're in their time of need. Best Random says, what are you doing? I'm hosting a live Q&A talking about mental health and recovery. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing this live on YouTube, talking about mental health and recovery. And I'm here to engage with my subscribers and find new viewers, and obviously promote the channel and promote the message. HNKZK says, hi, are you Welsh? You have a nice accent. Yes, I am Welsh. Well done for spotting that. I am from Wales in the United Kingdom. Thank you for the comment about my accent. I really appreciate the support. Thank you. But yes, I am from Wales in the United Kingdom. Thank you for your comment. This is a live Q&A, guys, to talk about mental health and recovery. So if you have any questions, please do get your questions in. And please support the channel. Please support the message. And let's end the silence surrounding mental health. And we can do that together. Through conversation, through social media. And Pieces of a Broken Mind is on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, follow Pieces of a Broken Mind on there as well. I have over 32,000 followers on TikTok now, on Pieces of a Broken Mind on TikTok. So if you are on TikTok, drop me a follow on there as well. But this is my YouTube channel. This is my purpose. This is what I love to do, and that's create content about mental health and talking about mental health and supporting others, and sharing my story, because hopefully one day it will inspire someone else to share their story, which in turn will inspire someone else and someone else, and so on. And what we want to do is create a chain reaction of people talking about mental health, so they don't suffer in silence, so they're not suffering alone, because you are not alone. There's so many ways you can contact people through social media and ask for help and get support. Life coaches, counselors, therapists, doctors, mental health charities, life coaches. There's so much help out there, guys. You don't have to do this alone. So please do look after yourself, and please do prioritize your mental health and your mental well-being. Zoho Night 9934. When will you do a face reveal? I don't know. What do you mean, when will I do a face reveal? I'm live on YouTube now. What a moronic question. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. But This is me. I'm not hiding anything. I wear my glasses because it helps me read the comments. What a random comment to make. Don't forget, guys, this is supposed to be a live Q&A to talk about mental health, recovery, trauma, and ending the silence, and challenging stigma. So please do get your questions in if you have any questions about that, because that's what my live is for. Don't forget, you can share this live as well. Let's get more people involved. This is a mental health channel. This is a mental health community. I've been on YouTube for 3 or 4 years now. I'm on just over 4,271 subscribers, I think. Road to 5K at the moment. By the end of the year, I would love to be on, by the end of 2026, I would love to be on 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's my goal this year, is to push that boat out, challenge myself, create content, and, you know, try and help people support and talk about mental health. So get your questions in, guys, if you have any. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. Let me just have a drink. But do get your questions in, guys. This moron, Zoel9934, it's your second moronic comment. You've just been blocked. You absolute moron. I don't put up with idiots. This channel is a safe space to talk about mental health. So that moron just had his neck wound in and now he's gone. So one moron this evening has already been gone. Jim says, are you a Christian? Yes, I'm a Catholic, yeah. I am a Christian and Jesus Lord. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Saviour, of course. But everyone's welcome on this channel. You know, whatever religion, wherever you're from in the world, this is an inclusive space to talk about mental health. But yes, I am a Christian. Please do get your questions in. I'm not here to talk about my beliefs. Those are personal to me. This is a mental health channel. This is a mental health live Q&A, which it states in the title of the live. So if you want to talk politics and religion, this is not the channel for you. This is a mental health channel, and I just trying to support people. I just don't want this channel to be involved in politics or religion or anything like that. I want to stay in my own lane. I want to just talk about mental health, and I want to focus on that. Vishals 2959 says, one message to the world. If all I could say to people out there is, you know, life is too short to not live your life. So whatever hate, whatever grudges, whatever jealousy or envy you hold in your heart, let it go, because life's too short. Live your life and enjoy your life and live your life for you. That's the best advice I could give someone. I think the world just needs to be a more kinder place, but like I said, I don't want this channel to become about politics or anything else other than mental health. King of Lord 247 says hi. Hello. King of Lord 247. Hello. How are you? Hope you're well. This is a live Q&A talking about navigating depression, mental health, and so if you have any questions about that. Redneck, another question about my religion. Apologies, but I'm not going to be answering questions about my religion. This is a mental health channel. I'm a Christian, and that's all you need to know. Redneck says gay Jewish. No, but you're clearly a moron who just needs to wind his neck in and grow up. You've just been blocked. Absolute moron. That's the second moron of the day. He's had his neck wound in and he's been blocked. This channel is about mental health, trauma and recovery. So, come on, guys. Be respectful. And let's talk about what serious things that need to be talked about. Far Edits says, "What's up, dude? I think you're doing great. Keep it up and have a great day." Thank you very much, Edits. Far Edits. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. Vishals 2959 says, "Can you give me a tip to overcome my study pressure?" Well, what I would say about that stress is when life feels like it's getting out of control, when life feels like it's too full on and everything is happening at once. You need to return to what the center of life is, and that's breathing. You need to slow your breathing, take your time, count to 3, and go again. So when you're feeling stressed, breathe, because if you take deep breaths and you count to 3, you can go again. So it's important that you understand that by breathing, you can center yourself, you can bring yourself back to the moment. Caleb says the UK, and then loads of laughing emojis. Don't know what that question is about. Jimmy Carr said depression is thinking about yourself too much. True or false? No, I think I respect Jimmy Carr's opinion. Depression is not just thinking about yourself. It's about undealt with traumas that still affect you. It's about a feeling that you need to decompress. It's so depression can be thinking about yourself too much, but that's not everything that it is. Caleb Hendo is blocked. He's an absolute moron. He's had his neck wound in, so he's gone as well. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health. Vishals 2959 says, "How do I overcome my self-doubts?" The best way to overcome self-doubt and fear is to face those fears, and stand up to those fears, and not give in to those fears or doubts. Because if you face your feelings, you're more likely to succeed. So if you ever doubt yourself, just do the thing. Get the thing done. And you will show yourself that you're stronger than your doubts. You will show your mind that you're in control, not the overthinking, not the doubt inside of your mind. You're in control of your mind. So just do the thing. Just get on with it, do it, and move on. Anads 5782 says, "I think I might fail in the final exams. I don't know what to do right now. Please give me some advice." Well, look, you're obviously thinking in a very negative way. What if you pass? You could flip that question on its head, couldn't you, and say, what if I do well in my final exams? What if it all works out? I think it's all about how you look at things. I think it's all about perspective. And hey, look, it's not the end of the world if you don't pass, because you can always resit. The world is not going to stop. Life goes on. So stop worrying about it, because whatever the outcome is, you can't control it. So just do your best, and hopefully that will be enough. There's a lot of morons in coming in the chat. Already. This is supposed to be a live Q&A where we have grown-up conversations about mental health, but we'll continue to get idiots. So get your questions in, guys. This is a live Q&A talking about depression, mental health, trauma and recovery, so do get questions in. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health, so I'm here to answer any questions about my diagnosis, about the channel. If you want to share your story, I'm happy to listen as well. So do get your questions in, to participate, like, comment and subscribe, and let's grow this channel and try and end the stigma. And Vishal's 2959 says, and my final question, how do I overcome my addiction? I think with addiction, you have to get the support. You have to have the professional support in order for you to fully overcome your addiction. So my advice would be, see a professional that deals with that deals with addiction, whether that be a therapist, a counselor, a coach. Seek the professional help that you need to get past the addiction. Holy Tough says, how should I deal with depression myself? You don't have to deal with it with yourself. You could get support. You're not alone. You don't have to go through depression alone. There's so many avenues where you can get help, where you can get support. There's mental health charities, there's mental health professionals, counselors, therapists, life coaches, mental health charities. There's so many things, and there's so many avenues out there where you can talk and get support for your depression. So you don't have to go through this alone. So please don't suffer in silence, and don't do it alone. Reach out, ask for help, because you deserve help. Vishal's 2959 says, I get distracted a lot, and I do, because I have ADHD. ADHD is a superpower, but it's also a curse, because it doesn't allow my brain to stop. But I understand what you're feeling, and it's important that you get support with that. SSB95, what was your first sign of your depression? For me, it was when I lost interest in everything. I don't even want to watch football no more. Well, for me, I had a full mental breakdown in February of 2022. I tried to end my life, and then I tried to end my life in May of 2022. So after the 2 suicide attempts, I developed PTSD and depression, and the cause of that was unresolved traumas, issues from my past that hadn't been dealt with, and it caught up to me. But you have to hold on to hope. The only thing stronger than fear is hope. So I know it's hard. I know what you're feeling when you say you've lost interest in everything, because I have that feeling nearly every day of my life. And I did when I tried to end my life. I wanted to go. I wanted my life to be over. But I had to find hope. And I found hope in my son. I found hope in creating a mental health YouTube channel. I found hope in becoming a life coach and starting my own coaching business. I held on to hope with everything that I had. So tough times don't last forever. Tough people do. So don't give up, SSB95. You are not alone. This is obviously, quite a tough subject to talk about. So if it is triggering for a lot of people, then please don't engage in and do something that's going to help your mental health, rather than listening to honest conversation about it. Because I feel like mental health needs an honest conversation needs to be had around mental health. We have to admit where we're going wrong. We have to admit our mistakes. We have to admit our insecurities. We have to admit that we're vulnerable, and we have to reach out and ask for help and get support, because we don't have to do this alone. SSB says, thanks, always good to talk about. I have to go now, but enjoyed the stream. Thank you very much, SSB95. Really appreciate you participating in the live. Thank you for your comments. Look after yourself, and hopefully I'll see you soon on future lives. But do get your questions in, guys. This is the live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. Do get your questions in if you have any. Please do get your questions in, guys. This is a live Q&A. I'm here to answer any questions, and I'm here to interact and engage with you guys on YouTube to grow the channel and grow the message. So I'm here, I'm live, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. So please do get your questions in. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. So get your questions in. I'll be live until 9 p.m. to talk about mental health. So if you have any questions, get your questions in. If anyone has any questions, please get those questions in. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. So if you have any questions, guys, please get your questions in. I'm live. I'm here. I'm here to talk with you wonderful people on YouTube, and share my story. And there's so many great people out there, like SSB95. Some people, give you nice comments, interact, and it's such a nice feeling when you get nice people in the chat, and you get people who are resonating with what you're talking about. It's very rewarding when you see nice comments. So it's important that I give back by giving those people lives, by showing up and showing them that I am real. I am the man behind the content. I am the man behind the story. And I want to show up for my YouTube community as much as I can. And I will continue to do so where possible. But things happen with mental health. Far Edit says, bye. Look after yourself, my friend. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you for participating. It really means a lot to me that you got some comments in and said hello. And Holy Tough says, you really have helped me so much. Thank you. You're very welcome, my friend. And that's all I want to do, is try and help and support people. But don't forget how strong you are. Don't forget that you have so far survived 100% of your bad days because you're here talking to me. So give yourself some credit, pat yourself on the back, and understand that you can do anything if you put your mind to it. And the world's a better place with you in it. You are enough. Never forget that. And that goes for everyone. You know, because we can't be anyone else. Everyone else is taken. So the bravest thing you can be in this world is just being yourself. Because a lot of people want to put on a show for social media. A lot of people want to put on an act for social media. The bravest thing you can do is be yourself. And when you are being yourself, you're living your life with purpose because you're you. And that's your superpower because no one else is you. Fat Edit says, you know what, one more thing before I go. Once again, keep it up and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Thank you very much, my friend. Really appreciate the support. That comment really means a lot to me. I will continue to keep going. I will continue to go live. I will continue to post content. And if I can speak to good people like you when I'm live, then then it's all worth it. So thank you for participating, and thank you for all your comments tonight. I really appreciate that. Thank you. But you know, I love talking to people. I love engaging. I want to talk to and, you know, connect with as many people around the world as possible. I want to show them that recovery is possible. That, you know, they don't have to go through mental health alone. And this is, you know, they mean something, that they're important. And they need to realize that. Because we're all individuals, we're all unique. But the one thing we should have in common is we should want to help each other. And we should want to champion each other. And we should want to support each other in our journey through life. And that's what my channel is all about. Help. It's about help. It's about support. It's about conversation. It's about being inclusive. It's about being a safe space, and it's about building a community where people can come feel safe, talk about mental health, and of course, you know, be a part of something that means something to so many people. You know, and I consider every one of my subscribers part of my small circle family, because you guys watch my content, you guys support my content, and I'll never be able to repay you, but all I can do is keep creating videos and talking to you and telling you how much that means to me, that you've watched my content, that you've supported it. It makes it all worthwhile. So thank everyone who's ever watched any of my videos. Thank you to anyone who's ever commented or been a part of any of my videos. You know, it really means a lot to me. So thank you for that. Don't forget, guys, it's a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. So if you have any questions, please do get your questions in. I will be here till 9 p.m. to talk about mental health and recovery, or to answer your questions. So please do get your questions in. Not too bad. We've only had a few morons today. Normally you have a bit of issue with trolls, but I guess everyone has to deal with trolls. This is the live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. So please do, if you have any questions, get your questions in. Don't forget to smash a like on the live, subscribe, bottom right hand corner. And let's grow the channel and challenge stigma and discrimination together. This is a live Q&A. I'm here to talk about mental health, recovery, trauma, depression, and anything else that you guys want to talk about. I'm happy to have a conversation. and listen to you guys as well as talk to you guys, because you know, it's not just about me. This channel's about everyone, and I want everyone to feel a part of this channel. And if I can talk about mental health, if I can share my journey through mental illness, then anyone can do it. And that's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to show on my channel. That willingness to share your story, because it's brave. It takes immense courage and immense bravery to admit that you're vulnerable, to admit that you need help, to admit that you need support. So don't let anyone tell you any different. Because I think it's very important that we acknowledge how brave it is to admit that you're struggling, and how brave it is to admit that you need help. So yeah, keep going, guys. Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep moving forward. Whatever life throws at you, keep moving forward. But you don't have to go through it alone. There's plenty of avenues of support. Like I've mentioned many times, mental health charities, positive mental health YouTube channels, online therapists, online counsellors, online life coaches. The Samaritans here in the UK do amazing work. So, you know, get the help that you need, get the help that you deserve, and don't suffer in silence. This is a live Q&A, so I'm here to answer any questions you might have. Just sit back a bit because my back was in half, sitting on the edge of the chair there. But this is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. So if you have any questions, guys, please do get your questions in. Smash a like on the live, share. Let's get more people involved in the conversation about mental health. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. So if you have any questions, please do. Love My Life 96 says, hey, how are you? I'm doing okay. Thank you very much. How are you? Thank you for the comment, and thank you for joining the live. I hope you're well. Don't forget to get your questions in, guys. Happy to answer any questions you might have. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. How is everyone doing tonight? What is everyone up to? Don't forget, you've got some great content on my channel for you to watch. Love My Life 96 says, good, I'm doing okay as well. Like your post about mental health. Really appreciate your support. Thank you. And I just try to help people. I just try to support people. I just try to inspire people, whether it be creating a video, whether it be going live, or whether it be writing a post in the community tab. I just want to help and support people through mental health, because I'm going through it myself. I have my own diagnosis, my own mental health, my own mental illness, so I know what it feels like, and I'm just trying to help others share their story and talk about mental health as well, because that's important to me. in my professional life, you know, I used my lived experience for mental illness, and that helps me with my professional stuff. But this channel is about personal personal journeys, personal stories, real mental health talk. And it's about helping people, talking to people, being there for people, and showing them that, you know, recovery is possible. Recovery is definitely possible. This is a live Q&A, guys, to talk about mental health and recovery. Do you have any questions? Please do get your questions in. I will be live until 9 p.m. Please do get your questions in. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. Does anyone have any questions? This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. At Dobby the Elf says, I am homeless. Do you have any suggestions? I can't get a job because of my felony charges. Well, there must be homeless shelters. There must be charities that deal with that help people or support people through homelessness. So my advice would be search for those type of organizations, get in touch with them, and see what they can do for you, and see what type of support they can get sorted for you. Because I know where I am in the United Kingdom, there are organizations that deal with homelessness. So wherever you are in the world, look for an organization that helps homelessness people, and see what they can offer. Dobby the Elf says, I got robbed multiple times at the shelters and the charities gave me food that was rotten. Okay, but not all experiences will be like that. I think, you know, we need to have an open mind, because sometimes we're going to experience bad experiences, but we can't judge everything and everything that happens in the future based on what's happened in the past. So, you know, keep moving forward, look for help, get a counsellor, get a support worker, and, you know, do some volunteering work, and then which could show employers that you are a good employee, and then eventually could give you a job. So yeah, you know, it's never too late to change. It's never too late to change your life. So your circumstances can change. Dobby the Elf says, thank you, brother. I will keep my hopes up. Absolutely. You have to hold on to hope. You have to hold on to hope. So keep moving forward. Keep believing in good things, and good things will eventually come to you. And of course, there are organizations out there that will help you, that will support you. You just need to find the right one. Because in my profession, my professional life, I help people. That's what my job is. Aside from obviously this YouTube channel and being, having mental illness, I was still able to find purpose in wanting to help people, and in my job I help people now. It's important that you understand that I've been diagnosed with complex PTSD, clinical depression, ADHD, and an anxiety and hypertension disorder. And through all of that over the last 3 or 4 years, plus 2 suicide attempts I tried on my life, I still found a passion and purpose whilst in therapy, whilst in treatment, to become a life coach. And I got 6 diplomas in coaching whilst I was going through my treatment. So your mental illness doesn't have to define you. Your circumstances don't have to define you. They happen to you, but they don't have to define you. You choose what happens next. So, don't give up. Don't give up. Keep moving forward. Stay positive, because things will turn around, and they have to turn around, because even the darkest nights will have a sunrise. Mushy Girl says, "Hi, I was in one of your last lives. So glad that you're still raising this point." Thank you very much for coming back to the channel. Really appreciate your support, and I will always continue to push this message out there because it's important. And the more people we reach, the more people we save, and the more people that are talking about mental health, the more people that are getting help. And that's what we want to do. We want people to get the help that they deserve. And, it's important that they get that help because they deserve it. So thank you for your comment. Thank you for returning. And it's really good that you're back on the channel. So thank you. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health. Sorry guys, I have had a bit of hay fever recently, so I have been a bit bunged up. But do get your questions in. Happy to answer any questions anyone might have. Please do be respectful of others. Be mindful of other people's feelings. This is a safe space to talk about mental health and recovery. So, please do be mindful when you're commenting about that. But this is a live Q&A to talk about mental health and recovery. So please do get involved. And if you're not watching live, get in the comments and let me know what you think, how you navigate depression, how you navigate your mental health issues. It'll be good to read those comments. So if you're not watching live and you watch later on, do get in the comments below and let me know how you are, what you're doing, and where you are with your mental health, because I reply to all my comments, and this is an important subject and I want to help people. So this is what I'm here for. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health, to talk about recovery. So I am here for an hour to talk about anything you guys want to talk about. I'm here to show up for you. I'm showing up for the people who can't show up for themselves. I'm showing up for the people who are too afraid to talk. I'm showing up for the people who are suffering in silence when they don't have to. That's why I'm live. That's why I'm showing up. And no matter what's going on in your life, whatever it is, make sure you get up, dress up, and fucking show up. And show up for yourself. Every single time. Every single time. Every time you get knocked down, get your ass back up and show up again. So please do get your questions in. Please do get involved. smash a like, share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. My goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2026. I'm on, just over 4,000 at the moment, 4,271. I would like to be on midway through the year, say at the end of June, early July. I would like to hit 5,000 subscribers, and then the final 6 months of the year, I would like to get to 10,000 subscribers, and that would be an amazing 2026 for the channel, an amazing 2026 for me, because 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, who would have thought it? I'm just a normal man talking about my journey through mental illness, and I'm on the road to 5,000 at the moment. I hope to get there by the end of June, early July, and then hopefully I can use the back end of the year to get to 10,000 subscribers. So I can't do it alone. You guys have to help. You guys have to support. You guys have to like, comment, and subscribe. And you have to want the same as me, which is a big YouTube channel, a big community. Help, support, love, empathy, and together we can take down discrimination. We can end the stigma surrounding mental health. So please do get your questions in. Sorry guys, my hay fever playing up again. Always plays up when I don't want it to play up. But this is a live Q&A to talk about mental health recovery. So if you have any questions, please do get your questions in. It's important that we get as many people in the live as we can to raise awareness. I will be live again Sunday evening. Probably I might try it later. I might try a later live, maybe 11 p.m. UK time, because I might catch a bigger audience across the world rather than just the UK. So I might trial a later time on Sunday evening. Bella Wolf says, yeah, not going well. What's wrong, Bella Wolf? What's up? What's not going well for you? Sorry about my hay fever, guys. It's quite bad over the last few days. Bella Wolf says my son went back in a mental health unit. Well, I'm sorry that that's happened, but he is in the best place. They can help him there. They can support him there. He can get the treatment he needs there. So you have to believe it's the best thing for him, because they want to help him. It's pissed you off. I can understand that. And I'm sure every parent would feel that way. But he needs professional help. And he's going to get that professional help. And I think that's the most important thing. So I think, again, it comes down to perspective of how we look at this situation. And if you look at the situation through a positive lens, he's getting professional help. And that's the main thing. Because I hope he helps the doctor this time. Well, I hope so too. I hope he engages in the help. I hope that he accepts the help. And ultimately gets better. So thoughts and prayers with your son, and I am here for you, and my channel is here for you. If you ever need to talk, you can always send me an email. My email is linked to my channel information. It's an open email. Anyone can send me an email. I'll reply. Happy to talk to you guys. I'm here for you. I'm not just on YouTube just for your views. I want to connect with you guys. I want to help you guys. I want to show you guys that I'm here for you. Because it's been the 7th time. Okay. Well, obviously then there's something more serious needed. whether he needs to see a clinical psychologist, whether he needs to see a trauma counselor, or maybe it's something different. Maybe he needs to see a life coach, which will help him work on the future. It all depends on what sort of help he needs. But right now, if he's having a crisis, then he's in the best place for it. Because the mental health professionals, that's their job, that's what they do. But it might be worth looking into, giving him something to look forward to in life by working with a life coach. So, because life coaching is different to therapy and counselling. So it might help him plan and find purpose and get out of get out of the state that he's in now. Bella Wolf says, I've experienced all of those feelings myself. I've tried to end my own life twice, so I know how he's feeling. I've been there. I've been at rock bottom. I've lived at rock bottom, but I've also survived rock bottom. He can do it with your support, and you can do it with my support. So keep going. Be there for him. Show him that you're there. Show him that you're listening. Show him that you're present, and just be there for him whenever he needs you. That's all you can do, and allow the professionals to help him. But you do, once he gets the right therapy for his mental health issues, you need to start thinking about what's going to happen in the future, and that's where possibly working with a life coach could come in. So hopefully, fingers crossed, your son gets better, he gets the right help, he gets the right support, and we get some better news on the next live. I'm not even going to read that comment or name because it's abhorrent. You just got blocked, you absolute moron. You had your neck wound in and you're gone, you absolute moron. Why would you come into a live with that name and that comment? I don't know. But that moron just got blocked. He had his neck wound in, and that feeling at the top of his spine is his neck being wound in. So yeah, jog on. He's been blocked. This is a live Q&A talking about, is important stuff. Mental health conversations save lives. You don't need morons coming in the chat and just spouting random bullshit. Just fuck off. Grow up and go and find a different channel. This channel is about support. This channel is about recovery. This channel is about empathy, kindness, and togetherness. But that moron has been blocked. So yeah, it is what it is. It's important, that we talk about these things. It's important that we share these things, and it's important that we do it in a respectful way. We do it in a way that allows people to share their views. We might not always agree, and that's okay. It's okay to have a different opinion, because that's what we live in, a world of opinions. But we can be respectful. We can be kind. And we can also disagree. That's just a way of life. That's why it's important. This is a live Q&A to talk about mental health. Final few minutes of the live, guys. I'll be live for another 5 minutes or so. So if you have any questions, please do get them in. Happy to answer those before I go. I will be live again Sunday evening. Hopefully, I'm going to trial a later time to catch a much bigger audience. Because most of my views come from the United Kingdom, but the second biggest is the United States. So I want to find a time that is gonna benefit both the UK audience and the worldwide audience. So I might trial a later time on the weekend, maybe 11, because I've I use vidIQ as well, so they're suggesting a later time might be beneficial. So I might trial a later time on Sunday, talking about people. But thank you to everyone who's participated in this live. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed, commented, or liked any of my content. Pieces of a Broken Mind is my channel, but it's also your channel. And it's a channel where people can come, feel safe, and talk about mental health. So look after yourself, look after your family and friends, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Goodbye.